Hello and welcome to your reading. Let's see what sign we are starting with today. Scorpio, it's your season right now. Almost sad season, but happy birthday to my Scorpio sons. I hope that was a good one. But Scorpio, we are going to look at your current energy and what's going on and what advice your guides have for you. What is going on with Scorpio? 6 card spread, looking at the energy, Scorpio, and related past, present, possible future, and advice. Thank you, Scorpio, and thank you to the ancestors, angels, guides, or the highest vibrational frequency of Scorpio. Thank you for your clear, concise, accurate messages. What is the heart of the reading? Past. I'll make sure these are all in range, by the way. Present. Future. Advice for Scorpio. Well, right off the bat, I can see we have half of the cards are major arcana, so this is pretty big stuff happening for you. Let's see right now. I think we're in frame, Scorpio. So underlying energy, your energy right now, Scorpio, is the Justice card. It looks like you're really trying to bring balance into your life right now, more harmony. Some of you guys may actually have been in some sort of legal battle, but it does not have to be that. But I feel like you're really figuring out right now what your dharma is, like what you're meant to do in this life, what you think you want to do. And I feel like you're really balancing your energies as well. I'm looking here, I see the sun and the moon there. I feel like there's just a lot of balancing, and maybe you've done a lot of introspection and like shadow work. I mean, Scorpio season and Scorpios in general are known for that, and we're just ending Scorpio season right now. So I feel like you've really looked inside and you're trying to figure out what it is you want, try and bring more balance in all areas of your life, try and really pursue what is right for you and what you want to do in this world. This is like big energy here. I feel like you're really like kind of coming into yourself, and like the heart of the reading we have here is the Tower reverse. So this confirms that what I was just saying, like this is all about, I'm seeing like rebuilding. The Tower reverse is like, you know, things have already crumbled in the past and you're putting the pieces together. And I really feel like these two cards combined here, the Justice card and the Tower reverse, you're really rebuilding your life, finding balance in all ways, the dark and the light, and you're like appreciating your dark sides more too. And you're like starting to see the light, like something bad happened in the past, some tower moments. Just felt like your world was crumbling, and now you're realizing that some things just had to end and go from your life for a reason. And you're starting to see like the light at the end of the tunnel. Like you're like looking at things now as like happening for you, not to you. Like you're more as blessings, you know, even though they sucked for a little bit, you're seeing them as blessings, and you're like ready to move forward in life and like not hang on to these tower moments, these bad past traumas and memories anymore. And you're ready just to like move forward in a more like just way and really balance it out, not cling to the past, not be too focused on the future. You're living more in the present moment now, which is a beautiful thing. In the past, we have the Prince of Swords or the Page of Swords. There could have been in the past maybe some heated exchanges. Maybe you got into some fights or just like quick to anger, but now you're like, you seem to be more balanced. The Page of Swords can represent like learning something new, having new ideas. And with the angel wings here, I really feel like you're like taking off with a new idea. And things could have happened pretty quick. You could have gotten some news that was kind of related to this tower moment that you're now rebuilding from. it doesn't always have to be negative news when you look at the message component of this card. It's just something like sharp and sudden, and it could have been unexpected. And for some of you, it really does seem like it could have been an argument with another person. Perhaps even an air sign like Libra. And the Tower is associated with you, Scorpio, too, which is interesting. His eye is really sticking out. Like, you're just seeing things a lot more clearly. And I think maybe your head was in the sky a little bit before, maybe a little idealistic, like thinking some relationship or some situation was going to work out, but it didn't really go as planned. And that could have been upsetting when it didn't go as planned. But now you're seeing that, you know, it all happened for a reason. Sorry, Scorpio, I just had to pause. I thought I spilled on this card. It looks like there's something there, but it's okay. It's not damage. This is a new deck, so maybe it was there all along. Which I feel like has some sort of significance. Like, you're able to see the world, like your world, your life, and all its beauty and all its flaws, and you're like okay with it. I feel like you're really in balance with all of your energies in and out, like we talked about. And there's like a rebirth happening here. I feel like you're really stepping into your power somehow. Like, the world is literally in your hands. And you're feeling more confident, more beautiful. I feel like something's about like the page energy is about like really a beginning of some new skill or some new adventure in life. So this is like you had some new thoughts. You could have gone to school for something, new job. There's something new that you started that has to do with your mind and intellect. And it's like currently coming to a completion. And I feel like even if it didn't happen perfectly for you, like we talked about that Tower moment and stuff, you're like proud of what happened. You understand what happened. You're seeing things in a different light. Like, you've really learned a lot from the experience, and you're like ready to start anew. You're like mastered whatever this is. Some of you guys could have completed school. Like, some of you guys could have even gone to school for like a law degree or something related to the legal system. It could really be anything. When I think of like the traditional justice card, it looks like one of those older buildings, you know, and they're like, it looks like it could be like a legal, like a judge, or what is the word for it? I'm looking at my wall. I have all the pictures of the tarot on my wall, or all the cards. What is justice? Yeah, it just looks like an older building in a university to me. And that's what I'm getting here. Sorry, I'm not communicating that very well. And you guys could have started some academic pursuit in the future, and that is wrapping up. And even if you didn't decide to complete it, just your journey is over with that. Like, you either completed all the skills you needed or got the experience you needed. And I don't think it happened exactly as planned, but like you realize that it happened exactly the way it was meant to. You've like learned all these skills. You see the world in a different light, and you're like totally renewed as a person. You've like, look at all the elements are here. We have all the fixed signs in the world, and like it's like you've just gained the necessary knowledge through whatever this adventure is. It doesn't have to be school for all of you. It could be something you pursued, like a job or just a new hobby, a new relationship, something new. It's just coming to an end. And I don't think it's ending the way you thought, but you've really gained a lot of experience with this. And you're able to move on to start a new adventure. And you know what's great? The future card is the ace. So the present is the world, which is a completion card. And then the possible future is the ace of discs, or the ace of pentacles. So, and we started with the past as the prince. So this is really showing me a linear progression here. And I love this for you, because the Ace of Pentacles is like a new beginning in the material realm. Like, this really does make sense for those of you like who are completing school, or some learning, education experience needed to start a career or a business, or something that's going to bring you material wealth and a lot of beauty into your life too. This is like abundance. Like, you have the skills now to start something new. It's like you gain the experience, the knowledge, and now you're going to apply it and bring forth like abundance and beauty in this life. Like, you could be getting a new job. You could be starting a side business or your own business. There's some idea that started in the past that you've learned from, had experience with, through trial and error, like, and now you're like finding out how to use your past experience to bring forth more material abundance and money into your life. And advice from your spirit guides, we have the Four of Cups. I feel like you're really being called to like take a look at all the experience you've gone through. And I feel like you've already been doing that. You're like in this phase of examining things, that eye right there too, and like looking in the shadow and the light aspects. But like you're really being called to keep examining that and to like bottle up this beautiful experience you had, even if it's not, you know, wasn't the greatest. If you felt like lonely or defeated at some point, there's still this beautiful thing that's blossoming from that experience. And like make sure to like savor every moment. And even if it wasn't a pleasant moment, your guides really want you to learn from it. Like really, there's a lot of energy here with introspection and looking inside and looking at what happened in the past and seeing the beauty in all of it and capturing that. Like even if it wasn't beautiful at the time, you're able to take from that experience and turn it into a learning experience. Like there is no such thing as a mistake if you learn from it. You're really going to be using all of this past experience, past traumas, whatever it is, to build something really beautiful and abundant into your life. Maybe perhaps some of you guys are using a tower moment from the past, something that, you know, was traumatic and difficult. You're using that maybe to help other people. And you're bringing more harmony, not into only your life, but to others' life as well. Like you're seeing that now you can use the past to help the whole world, like, you know, in some sort of way. Maybe some of you guys are going to have some sort of, or have started some like social platform of some sort. Like doesn't kind of looks like a platform here. But I feel like people are looking, they're learning from you. They're like, there's eyes on you in some way and you have a lot to share with the world. I feel like this has come up in past Scorpio readings. I could be wrong. But all my readings are timeless if you want to go back. But I'm pretty sure we've talked about how you were meant to be like in the public eye somehow and like share your experiences. I'm almost certain that has come up for you in the past. I feel like there's a lot you can share and like you can be like a guide. See like his angel wings? I feel like you really could be a spiritual guide for a lot of people. There's a lot of eyes on you and there's a lot of like flowers budding around you. And I feel like that's like people learning from you and growing based on all that you have to share. And look, there's like the eye there. There's a lot of eyes in this deck. I realize this is a newer deck to me, but like, I feel like you're gaining this abundance and this financial security and all that because these eyes are on you, because you're helping other people, because you're sharing your truth and your experiences with the world. And I feel like people are really looking at what you've done and what you're doing and how you're handling yourself and how you're able to balance like, you know, your emotions and everything like in such a graceful way. Even if it wasn't always graceful, that still there's something to share there and how you got to where you are now. And I love how this Justice card's on the sword because look at in here in the beginning, in the past, you have the sword and you're like flying away with it. Like you have this new idea and now you're like, you know, you weren't really sure where you were going or where you were headed, but now your current energy is like, you know, you've like mastered that or like, you know, you've gotten a handle on it. You're on the sword handling like gracefully, like, and you're able to balance all your responsibilities, able to balance all the stuff you've been through, all these ideas. And there's clouds in the background too. There's a lot of intelligence for you to share here about your rebuilding experience, about your where you've been, where you are now, and where you're headed is meant to be shared with the world in some way, which is lovely. Let's get a little card here. I wasn't going to do this, but I feel called to do so. These are just little thought cards. So Spirit, what thought do you have to leave Scorpio today? Just for today, embrace impermanence. Be here now. This is where you will find your flow. I feel like that came up in the beginning of the reading, like how you're like in the present moment, you're not stuck in the past or the present. I mean, stuck in the past or the future. Oh yeah, I feel like a lot of energy is flowing through me on that is true. Just for today, embrace impermanence. Be here now. This is where you will find your flow. And I feel like that's really like sums up this reading pretty well. Let's do it on the bottom. Call to. If you have clarity, you have a path. Stop, breathe, get clear, act. I love that for you. So that is what we have for you right now, Scorpio. Again, if you haven't seen my past Scorpio readings, there is a playlist you can check out if you feel called to do so. You can watch your other signs too. Do whatever you feel called to do. You are the first reading in this set. If you would like a private reading with me, I am offering them at this time. Information is down below. Please subscribe if you haven't already. But most importantly, take care of yourself. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. I'm so grateful for you. Bye, Scorpio.